So we're hanging a rash leather, and it has vertical and horizontal lines in it. The easiest way to do this is with a laser level, because it gets very tricky to keep your horizontal lines straight. Your wallpaper might match up as you're hanging the sheets from one to another, but if they are not perfectly level, if you're off by 1/8 of an inch and you go over the course of a 12-foot wall, you'll see that your horizontal lines, although they measured up level, they were only off 1/8 of an inch. By the time you get on the end of the room, you're off an inch or two, and it's a real eyesore. If you keep it laser level, and just show them that this laser level right here, show them this, you see these red lines? If you keep, particularly the horizontal ones, where it crosses the horizontal lines, it's very hard to do it without one. Okay, so let's hang this sheet, okay? La-dee-dee-dee. Even though I'm blocking my laser level, I have a very good idea where my paper has to fall. But as long as I have it right there, you see, I want the edge. Now, this is important, where your vertical begins, okay? And so I want you, if you're hanging these squares, I want you to take into consideration where the top line is in relation to the bottom. Maybe your wall is long enough to have symmetry where 4 inches from the ceiling is a line and 4 inches from the bottom is a line. Let's see. I don't know. But if at all possible, keep symmetry. Looking to keep this off of this furniture here. Okay, so I got my line. Okay, so far so good. I like what I'm looking at. Okay, I like it. I like what I'm looking at. And I have, now I do happen to have another level. Where do we put that other level? Just stay right here with your camera, and I will find the level. And we'll simply make sure that our laser, I like it. I'm about 4 inches from the top and about 8 inches from the bottom. I suppose I could move it up. But here's the thing. You see at the top, if my ceiling is off, and in this house that was built in 1985, if my ceiling is off, here's the problem, folks. Don't put your vertical lines too close either to the bottom or the top. Here's why. If your ceiling's off, if you have a good amount of space between your horizontal pattern and your ceiling, you'll never notice a ceiling that's off by 2 inches in a large room. But if you put it on top of it, if you make that mistake, and your ceiling goes like this, and then the ceiling and the lines converge, you blew the installation. Okay? That's good. I like that. Do you guys like it? I like it. Now, let's just make sure we have obstacles blocking our laser line, so we're going to do this manually. Okay? And we're gonna put a happy little line here. Anybody ever watch Bob Ross, the painter? And we got a happy little line. He lives there. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, folks, I'm not going to bore you with installing this sheet. Just bring them right in front of the sheet. I'm just going to show you that we have it perfectly in place. The thing you want to take into consideration here is this. Where is this going to finish off at? Okay? You want very little waste. And so you can either take your roll of wallpaper and follow it around, skip it. Like here's one full sheet, here's two. And then you have about 40% of the last sheet. That's fine. You can take that scrap and use it on the other side of this obstacle. We have an obstacle here. Let's just show them. We have a separation in the wall with a 60-inch piece of furniture here that is a shrine. We're going to continue this pattern on this side, and we're going to have very little waste. Let's go back to the initial sheet. Okay, so our horizontal line now, folks, do you see this line here? Okay, can they see that in the camera? Mm-hmm. This is the most important part of this installation, please. If your laser level does not have a tripod, you need to prop it up so that your laser is right on one of them. It could be up here, it doesn't matter. But here we've chosen right here. And that's where you want to keep it for the whole installation, because throughout the whole wall, this line, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 up from the bottom, has to be at this level all throughout the room. Let me just show you this one last point. If I went like this and put my next sheet over here, I guarantee you, after you put the wallpaper in, you're going to be off 1/8 of an inch each one, or maybe even more, maybe 3/16 of an inch, where at the end of it, you're off an inch. And then your wall and your ceiling crooked. That's your best bet right there. You understand? This will tell you where your next line has to be. Here's what happens. Let me just show you one last thing. When I'm installing the next sheet, here's what happens. Oh yeah, it's easy to match this up with the next sheet. But watch this. When you get to the end of the sheet, do you really think that the end of the sheet is at the very same point as the end of this one is? The answer is no. The wallpaper moves, it shifts. You could be off 1/2 an inch. Laser level. Can't emphasize it enough. This is Spencer Colgan coming to you from Tampa, Florida, the Tampa Bay area. And I'm trying to show you how to hang geometric patterns. These are squares. And very important that you use a laser level. Thanks for watching. Hey, do me a favor. Click on like, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment on how you do it. Thank you. See you on the next one.